Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? So I hope you're all good health, and I would like to say thank you very much for watching my presentation. Let me introduce. My name is Rian Suryana. I am from semester 4 English Education Department of SDKIP Muhammadiyah Bogor. So in this time, I will do presentation. And then I will to begin the presentation. The purpose of this presentation is to prepare the final exam of the critical listening for my lecture, Miss Wawat Srinawati. And then on this occasion, I will present the result of my research about the correlation between metacognitive strategies and student listening comprehension. So, let's get started. Let's start to discussion. Okay, next, the material on the discussion this time. There are three material that I will explain. Is the number one is student listening comprehension, and then number two metacognitive, and then number three metacognitive strategies. Next. So the first material about the student listening comprehension, I will explain about introduction for listening. So listening is the active process receiving as responding to spoken and sometimes unspoken message. It is one of the subject studied in the field language art and in the discipline on conversation analysis. Listening is not just hearing what the other party in the conversation had to say. Human interest in what is being told. Said for Alice de Miller, you can listen like a blank wall, the plain auditorium where every sound come back fuller and richer. Next. So, and then the element and level of listening. The outer Mervyn got live cities of our element. There are attention, hearing, understanding, and the last remembering. Attention. Attention, the focused perception about a visual or verbal stimuli. And hearing, the psychological edge of opening the gates to yours are understanding, assigning meaning the mistake received, and the last remembering the storing of the meaningful information. The next material about metacognition or metacognitive refer to thinking about thinking. Yes, berpikir tentang berpikir. And was introduction a concept by John Flavel, who is typical seen a founding scholar of the field. Flavel said the metacognitive is the knowledge you have or your own cognitive process. It is your ability to control your thinking process through various strategies or such organizing, monitoring, and adapting. Sedentally, it's your ability to reflect upon the tasks or process to undertake and to select and intelligence the appropriate strategies necessary your intercultural interaction. Next. And then metacognition construct regarding we thinking about someone for help a saving mental process someone. They also state that it was students skillfully complete the learning process and use a different strategy to meet different job requirement. Metacognitive helps students achieve the learning goals. The learner listening that use metacognitive awareness and makes the they use metacognitive awareness and they make discussion about whether the considered party strategy can be developed to improve their performance, like procedural. Next. And then metacognitive is divided into three components. There are metacognitive experience, like metacognitive, and the last metacognitive strategies. Metacognitive experience can also be discussed as to what happened to someone during and about by to. Like metacognitive, people like including on like ourselves as learner, or also be believed about what makes the process successful and unsuccessful learning. And the last metacognitive strategies, like the strategies refer to like about which strategies are used to achieve certain goal, no matter what from, whether raising a particular communicative context, just perfecting the ability to listen someone after certain amount of the time. Based on the explanation above, when students going to know like metacognitive, and when they get metacognitive experience, they are can use metacognitive strategies. Absolutely, the consequence of which will be the listener to accept the benefit of the metacognitive and improve competence in listening on their brain and language. Next. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the last material number 3 is metacognitive strategies. Metacognitive strategies are included in the word strategy. Metacognitive strategies can help students to overcome difficult process. Listen to the text. Metacognitive strategies is the thinking about thinking. Pendapat like been stated, Ji Zhang said the words metacognitive strategy including more than saying and arranging, organizing objective, planning, and evolution. Metacognitive is termed the information processing theory to indicate executive function. Strategies that involve planning for learning, thinking about learning, the process of the progress, monitoring, on prediction of the understanding, and evolution learn after an activity finishes. Next. Uh, there are 5 tips strategies use the metacognitive. There are listening strategies such as selective attention, directional attention, and understanding attention, input and the real-time understanding, and the last evolution. So I will explain listening strategies, direction attention, input, and real-time understanding evolution. Next. Right. The selective attention. Mean paying attention the specific aspect of our input. The tactic individual are listening to guess to guess. Listening to familiar or keyword. Paying attention to way information organized. Listening to repetition. Paying attention to meaning in the group of the world and the heading intonation of the oral expression. And then directed attention. Concentrate on input, avoiding interference. This is different from selective attention, which only focus on certain aspect. The tactic the are maintain the concentration as much as possible. Listen carefully to each word and continue listening even though there are problems. And comprehension monitoring. Comprehension monitoring is the process of checking and assuring how good someone understands the input when doing listening. The error in inference, the insurance or confusion in the various the part of the interpretation the listener of possibility. to pay attention that comprehension monitoring is the basic. Yes, comprehension monitoring is the basic aspect the monitoring attention. When the reasonable of the interpretation has taken place, listener can use the tactic the ontology external and external research. They include information in the next visual element, context, and prior knowledge. So the real assessment or of input is changing discussion by listener whether the particular but the input the during listening influence making discussion the place about the value various part of the input. The most common tactic among high scale listeners to determine the potential value of the unknown word. They assess whether of word they heard was the important and the rest of the text. Next. So the last comprehension evolution. It is determined the competence and accurate listener comprehension. This strategy is not the same with the comprehension monitoring, even though both the them are measure the truth of the what understood. While the comprehension monitoring occurs almost simultaneously by listening to the next the other part. Comprehension evolution can be done at any time after someone finishes listening and already put at someone tentative interpretation. The aim to check the extent to which that understanding the acceptable. In summary, metacognitive strategies in listening thinking of the way the whole student thinking about the learning strategies. Metacognitive strategies include planning for the learning, thinking about learning process, the habit, monitoring when the prediction or comprehension, and evaluation learning after an activity is completed. Metacognitive strategies can be more efficiently the students are more aware of the strategies that they use. Next. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my presentation. I hope you understand or understood about my presentation about the correlation between metacognitive strategies and student listening comprehension. If you want not understand, you can ask me. So I will give a conclusion about presentation. Next. So in this is a part the last presentation conclusion. From the all kind of research data and material ranging from discussion to discussion from that is can be concluded there is a relationship significant between metacognitive awareness and listening comprehension student. So ladies and gentlemen, I think enough for my presentation. So I'm sorry if there are mistake for presentation, and thank you very much for watching my video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.